Hello and welcome to another Artcast. Today we're going to be finishing up this Professor Ivy drawing. Now this is just going to be just inking and coloring. And I think you'll see the finished project turned out really well. Now that I got a new setup, I've decided to try some new things. Specifically this reference window. I've sung the praises of Pure Ref for that's P-U-R, no E, Ref. It's a program, just lets you pop in what you want. You can pop in pictures. It allows some videos, I think GIFs, or even I think even most videos now, hopefully, I think. So you can work just to have a place to like have references on your desktop. Don't have to organize it within the program itself. It's really lightweight, really handy. And yeah, I just decided to plop it right in there. Hey, Luz, how's it going? Also, I've opened up this one window, made it sort of gone from the static. I found that you can have there's a setting in Paint Tool, or you can increase the size of the navigator window. And when you do that, you can make this window a little bit bigger and have the resolution be a little bit higher. So this is really good. The one right behind me, just it's really good for making YouTube shorts, I think. That way it's just you don't have all the zooming in and zooming out at super speed. It all seems to, the super speed comes from putting down all the lines and stuff. Okay, now what am I doing? I'm still settling in. I've managed to get some other good stuff. What I need to do is, let's see, do I really need to do this now? Yeah, I kind of do. Okay, hold on. You're going to hear some noise. And again, this is Professor Ivy. He's a real cutie. I've got to open up these holes on this pegboard just a little bit to fit these pegs that I have on the side of the cart that I'm using to like hold all the computer stuff and the monitor and everything. It's got a little pegboard on the side, which is fun, but it doesn't have, the pegboard is like one size too small to hold all the pegs I want. So I'm just opening them up just a little bit. I'm going to move the microphone across the room so it doesn't bother you guys. But anyway, I'm just doing this now because it's a chore. Yeah. Now that I've got the drill, I might as well do it while I'm here. Then again, I don't know if I'm needing it. But oh, that's good. And one more. start hanging up my. Beautiful. Okay, I'm back. Okay, sorry, just had to get that done. I got 2 more, but I'm going to keep them over here. Good. Now I got room for I got hangers for my headphones and some other wires. Perfect. And then this one. Okay, that's awesome. Cool, it worked out great. Then I can just push it back back in the background. I got to figure out a way to add a second. Oh, come on. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Huh, the cart doesn't want to push all the way back. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Okay. Gotta figure out where a second computer screen, or not computer screen, a second mouse can go when I want to turn on the side computer. Meh. I gotta clean everything off of this section. But anyway, yeah, Professor Ivy. Pretty fun. Oh, what? I don't need that light. Hold on, I'm going to look up some notes I have. Okay. Okay, I take this apart. Take the drill apart. So anyway, I finally saw Robot Dreams. Someone was asking me the other day about Robot Dreams and if I had seen it. That French movie about the dog who buys himself a robot to be his best friend, which is an extreme oversimplification of what the actual story of the movie is. Which, by the way, it's a completely different movie than I was expecting. I thought, well, let me just get into it. Like, it's a world where these anthropomorphic animals just live and do whatever they would. They're urban. It takes place in. Wait, what? The film follows an unusual friendship between a dog and a robot in New York City in 1984. It took place in 1984? I did not even get any indication that this was a period piece. I mean, other than, like, they had analog TV, they had... yeah, I guess flat screen TVs, but like people still have those, I think. I was not under any indication, I was not under any impression that this was a period piece. That's so bizarre. But anyway, so like, okay, so Anthro World, I guess 1985's New York City. Fine. It's the kind of like anthro world where some of them wear clothes and some of them don't. Like the dog just has a collar on, and then some of the other animals, they all wear clothes. Which leads to some, unusual comedic moments. I suppose the comedic absurdity of animals wearing clothes. That's an old chestnut. I know that this is based off of a comic or a graphic novel. A French one, actually, I think. Let's see. Robot is okay, it's also they describe it as a tragic comedy, which I guess is true. I want to know what it's based off of. Based off Robot Dreams by Sarah Varone. Is an American graphic novelist. Okay, well, I guess it wasn't French. It just seems extremely French. And the production companies... Moonstar. Let's see. Arcadia Motion Pictures. Where are they located? Burning Body, Robot Dreams of the Beasts. A French couple. Organic countryside, an organic farm in the Spanish countryside, and clash with the villagers. I bet. Okay. Not a comic. It's a graphic novel. Okay, distributed in a Wild Bunch in France and B Team Pictures in Spain. It was released in Cannes, released in Spain, and released in France. Countries. Okay, so it is Spanish, and it's a Spanish-French production, which is weird that the comic is... Did she write it while she was in France or in Spain? Because this definitely has like a European feel to it. As an American graphic novelist, her first children's works have been animated in the same direction. Grew in the Illinois suburbs. Got her bachelor's of fine degree. New York. Okay, career. It's in chickens, cupcakes, and eggplants. Those are her characters often form unlikely friendships, and those are two examples. Yeah, let me look up the Robot Dreams graphic novel. Well, that's so cool. No, come on. Robot Dreams. But anyway, so this dog he's just very lonely. Hey, Condor. And so he sees an infomercial that says, hey, do you want a robot companion? And so he gets one, and then he becomes best friends with a robot. And then, and this is like when the major spoilers come around, and when I'm going to tell you that where the movie just seems like way different than I thought it was. Okay, so here's my what I had envisioned based off of what I've seen. I saw the trailer. I was like, cool. And then I saw clips of the almost near the ending, and I saw fan art of two different robots and two different animals. There's a dog and a raccoon. And the silver robots with the raccoon, and the gold robots with the dog now. So I figured, oh, did they break up? Well, there was braking involved, but yeah, sorta. What happens is that the robot goes to the. You can't hear me? You can't hear. You can't hear me. Testing. I can hear me. La 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 la. You can hear me on PC. I was on the phone. Well, what's wrong with my phone? Let's see. There should be no setting. There should be no weird setting that I have OBS on that like excludes phones. Okay, cool. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Okay, so again, spoilers, but this is like the majority of the movie and where the name Robot Dreams comes from. The fact that the robot goes to the beach, rusts after swimming, having a magical day with the dog. I would say like their relationship is incredible. The prelude up to that is you get maybe like 10 minutes of the dog being lonely, and then sort of a nice slow burn to the dog building the robot, and then like it's just really they really just like make it intriguing. Like the moment when the robot comes to life, it's just the gears whirling in the dog's head about what's going on. It's really wonderful, like just a slow, methodic execution of there's no dialogue in the movie, but it is so clearly communicated what's going on throughout the whole thing. It's a masterpiece in just that kind of storytelling. And again, why I thought this was like from France or and it's from like France and Spain. And it's they even though there is a little bit of dialogue, like the TV talks about a commercial, and like all the writing is in English. So I just figured, like I don't know, I don't know what I figured. I figured that they were doing that because of just the setting. They do that a lot. Some movies are set in America, like the triplets. It started off in France and then they ended up in America, which there was a bit of satire involving that. But anyway, so it's just a wonderful buildup between the dog and the robot and how they have this relationship. The robot is just so wonderfully naive about everything in New York. There's a wonderful bit where he's like he learns to wave from a very small child, and then he learns to like flip people off from just a bunch of street punks that are listening to rowdy music. He smiles at them and they just like give him rude gestures, flick a cigarette at him, and he just and that to the chagrin of the dog. And then they have to run off. But anyway, after this wonderful day at the beach where they've just had this wonderful fun, the robot has swam the dog under the waves, and it's so beautiful. They end up sleeping on the beach, and the robot completely rusts, stiffs, just completely solid, and can't move. And he's too heavy for the dog to move. So like, it's so bizarre, and the dog has no choice but to leave the robot overnight, and it is so super intense. the way that the dog just looks at the robot, because he's so broken up about it that he has to go. So he goes home. He doesn't sleep all night. He goes. He brings he brings tools to the beach the next morning. He spends tons of money on parts and manuals to figure out how to repair the robot, and the beach is closed, which is actually something I didn't know that they did. No data? What do you mean no data? I'm transferring a shitload of data to you. Yeah, we're not broken. Okay, whatever. YouTube's being weird. Oh, no. Apparently OBS. Okay, good. I'm talking about a movie called Robot Dreams. Hello, Honey Lemon. Again, Robot Dreams, spoilers. So the beach is closed. The robot can't get to him. They literally, no one will open up the gates and let him onto the beach to get his property or his friend. He goes to... It also brings up the weird, magic fairy tale logic of this movie. There are no other robots running around, but apparently at one point he does go to a robot shop, and of course that's where he gets his second gold robot. Now this is skipping way ahead, because there is so much that goes on before that, but it's you're wondering what this movie's about, because what is this? Is this about are there LGBT themes trying to be conveyed within this movie? Because when the dog is trying to heave the robot off the beach, there's definitely some implication there. He gets right up into his face, and they're looking eye to eye, and the dog's breathing so heavily, and it's heartbreaking. And you're think, oh my gosh, is that what this is about? And then there's a whole stretch in the movie where the robot is just left on the beach for the whole winter, because the beach is, I guess, a private beach and shut down and is not reopened until then. So that's where the Robot Dreams of Robot Dreams comes from, because he has these, you would say, hallucinations about, or dreams, just dreams. Do robots dream? He dreams about being reunited with the dog. He dreams about going to far off places. It usually always ends with him trying to find the dog. And they get more and more, how can I say this? They get more and more hallucinatory. The first one that happens, and it's so tragic. He imagines that people come across him and they give him some oil and he's able to walk home. Well, that unfortunately is not the way that worked out. He imagined the whole thing. And then he gets frozen under the ice because it's winter, and then he dreams of these poppies. He has emerged out of the snow like a flower, and he dreams of all these tap dancing flowers. It's so I'm sad, really. And then at that point you realize, oh well, he's dreaming again. And then there's another point where it's heartbreaking, because he dreams that he's gotten another robot, which eventually he does. It's really sad. Again, that's where the tragedy comes from, is that these two friends have split up after having this wonderful relationship, and it's just a tragedy about what happens. But anyway, the dog, Waits an entire year. He's a good, faithful dog. He waits an entire year, but by that point, the robot has been picked up by a scrapper and moved out of the way. The scrapper has, broken into the beach and is like he's doing the whole scanning the beach, combing the beach for scrap metal. He finds the robot, takes him to the junkyard. And then there's this depiction of a father and a son that I really want to focus on while I've got it, because you could easily call this guy, like, you could say, like, oh, this guy's a monster, this guy's a villain. Again, it sort of leads into, like, the whole point about where do robots exist in this world? Because are they a commodity, but they have the capacity to learn and a capacity to work and a capacity to form relationships. So is this like and it's also, for most of the movie, the robot is basically a paraplegic. So I'm like, what is this movie about? Is it about, what themes are they trying to convey? And the more and more I play with it in my head, I just assume that it's just like, well, no, this is just life. This is just a series of events, both good and bad, that play out in weird ways. Because while at the junkyard, there's the big crocodile dad, and he's got his son, and he sells the robot. And the way he wants to get the robot onto this scrap pile, even though I think it's clear that the robot is still functional, he's moving his head and everything, so it's like he's alive. But the crocodile really doesn't care, because he then picks him up and then starts swinging him. The son is a big fan of wrestling, which is shown throughout the very brief section that we get with this kid. It's incredibly brief, but the characters have such pop to them, because you can tell that the dad may be a former wrestler, because he gets such a huge kick out of performing this one throw. He picks up the robot, starts spinning him around in a circle, and throws him on top of the pile of garbage. And the kid is having a good time, the son's having a good time, and of course the robot dies. So it's just like, well, it's so easy. You can call this guy a monster, but he's really just a guy running a scrapyard business. He clearly loves his son. He may or may not be a former wrestler, because his son is very into wrestling, or maybe that's just his way of making a relationship with his son. There are just, like I said, this movie is so just brilliantly subtle but clear in how it depicts its characters. Meanwhile, during their separation, the dog is also growing as a person. Because he's like, oh, I don't want to be alone anymore. So he's trying to branch out and basically just kill time until he can get to his robot friend again. He goes on a skiing trip and runs afoul of some anteaters who, and just, they're not cool to him, and he's not cool to them, and he ends up breaking his arm. I think, yeah, it's his arm. And then you have this like really cool relationship with him and this female duck that he finds in the park. He's trying to fly a kite just because, again, he just seems bored with life. And he goes and he's like, oh, I'm going to fly a kite. So he buys a kite, and he's trying to get this kite up, and this like friendly duck in a ball cap, comes up and is like, okay, I'll help you fly your kite. And then he forms a relationship with her. And it's really sweet. And it's also really sad when she all of a sudden goes and says, oh, I moved to Barcelona, so that I'm moving away. You get a sort of subtle hit to her character, like she's down to do like whatever, like have fun and everything. but she's wearing sunglasses the whole time, so you never see her eyes. I'm wondering if that was their way of cueing in that she wasn't going to be emotionally available to the dog in a way that really matters, the same way that it happened with the robot. Meanwhile, the robot, even though again he's sort of he's handicapped, can barely move other than his lips and his mouth. He forms a relationship with a bird who makes a nest in it basically near his armpit. It's pretty funny. And the female bird lays some eggs. The eggs hatch, and they've got 3 little babies. So it's like he's the father of these 3 birds, along with this mother. He even teaches them how to fly by mimicking the flaps or how the bird should fly with his mouth. And again, it's so beautifully done, just through the medium of silent animation. It is gorgeous. Again, this is truly just a masterpiece in that kind of style of animation. And why I immediately thought, oh, the French, because I was going to say they're the ones that they fell in love. Most people, most countries fall in love with the old Looney Tunes, the old Disney cartoons, and try to emulate that, because even though there's no dialogue, you can clearly see what the characters are trying to work out in their own heads or pantomime what they're trying to do, which again is thanks to sort of Chuck Jones's philosophy. He always says that if he didn't like dialogue as a point, he says if you can't see what a character's trying to do from their motions, then you're not really animating. Which is why he sort of hated the animated cartoons of the 1960s and 1960s and 70s and 80s. I don't know about the 80s. 80s, there was a little bit of an uptick, but he probably didn't appreciate anything from Filmation or the Hanna-Barbera stuff. But anyway, then he gets scrapped, and then the beach opens. The dog can't find the robot. The robot's gone at that point, so it's well, where are they going to move on from now? Hello, worms. Chuck Jones hated Tiny Toons? That's sad. I like Tiny Toons. I always said Tiny Toons was a little bit more superior than Animaniacs. But they were different stories. I didn't like Tiny Toons because they were trying to replace Looney Tunes. My favorite Tiny Toons episodes were the ones where they have to go deep down into they have to go and get the core of the earth from Max. Or the one where they save the baby seals. Or the one where Babs, it's more story-wise. I know he hated Tiny Toons, but fine. I could see why it failed at imitating Tiny Looney Tunes, but succeeded in being Tiny Toons, if that makes any sense. But anyway, getting back to Robot Dreams. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. What happens is that eventually the dog breaks down and gets another robot because he's sad and he thinks his friend is gone for good, and it's understandable. you can't really fault the dog for doing that, and you understand where he's coming from as a character, because he really, really, really tries to find his robot friend. He's like spins a hole. He gets kicked off of the beach for actually digging so many holes. He just spends all his time digging, and can't find any reminiscence, any part of his friend. Actually, scrap that. He finds one leg. So anyway, he goes to another robot store again. I'm just going to chalk this up to fairy tale logic, because they'll sell you different robots for different things. Even though throughout the movie there aren't any other robots. They never show you any other robot doing anything else, which makes the appearance of the second robot so weird. Oh, there's a snowman, I think. I'm actually not sure if this was a dream or not. But there's like he goes and he meets a snowman, and they go to a bowling alley. And there's a puffer penguin, and he's jealous of the dog because he really wants to be best friends with the snowman. And the dog is so shit at bowling that he gets laughed out of the bowling alley. And I was like, okay, this is clearly a dream. But then I'm thinking, well, they introduced robots. So why am I so off-put by this magical snowman? Why am I thinking this is a dream? There's really no reason I shouldn't think that this robot is also like, I mean, this snowman is also part of the movie or the universe or whatever. Robots can talk to birds that are another subclass of animal? I don't know. Again, we're just going to assume that this like operates with fairy tale or very loose logic, because after a while, the dog gets a new robot. The robot makes sure he doesn't go near any water or anything. And the robot, the silver robot, eventually gets bought up by this raccoon. He's a handyman raccoon. He lives in one of the penthouses. And he goes and he rebuilds the robot, again, in a very poignant sequence where he's studying and he decides to use a boombox in place of the robot's body. I could see why they decided to make it take place in the 1980s. I don't know if that was a choice by the author, or if it just made sense to have all this technology around, because someone could be reminiscent about having a ghetto blaster, so they draw a robot with the body of a tape deck, and then anyone that would see it clearly looks at it and says, oh, this takes place in the 1980s. Which is weird, because I listened to tapes. I was sort of a hybrid. I listened to both tapes and CDs well until up until the... But that's neither here nor there. Hello, May. So when he rebuilds the robot, and the robot basically becomes his best friend. Learns to enjoy the things that the raccoon does, but also remembers what the dog liked. And there's this heartbreaking moment at the end of the movie where the silver robot sees the dog with the gold robot, and he sort of imagines this whole sequence where he tracks him down, but then decides not to, and then it turns out it was all in his head. Just really sad. But then they start playing their song, which is they start playing their song, and they each in their own space and their own time start to dance to it. And that's sort of a way of illustrating that their connection will always be there, even though they aren't together anymore. And the robot kind of wants the dog to go on and have this new relationship with this gold robot. And he wants to keep being friends with his new raccoon buddy. Again, just like very, very like I didn't expect the whole movie to be such a gut punch. Very good though. I highly recommend it. And there is this piece of fan art of both, I guess you would describe them as groups. I don't know if you would describe them as couples, but it's just this fan art that I like to consider to be canon, where they both are sitting in a park. Both groups are sitting in a park and enjoying hot dogs together, which like makes me think like there's no reason that the two would. They both live in the same city. There's no reason that they would actually stay separated for very long, and they could meet each other, have a wonderful reunion, and then still keep living with their respective partners. There's no reason why it doesn't have to stay a tragedy forever in your mind. So I'm going to consider that piece of artwork to be the canon ending. Even though both ways work, if they never see each other, or if they stay separated, or if they just see each other one other time. I just think it is a really like very beautiful, thought-provoking movie, and I couldn't recommend it more. Cool, and that's my book report on Robot Dreams. That's good. Okay, I'm going to turn this into a side eye. Yeah, when the stream's done, I'll download the video and then chop it up. You can do that. Let's see. I'm subscribed to something with DaVinci Resolve. It's an upgrade thing. I pay $30 a month. I could have paid like $300 all at once, but I'm going on a monthly sort of thing where you pay $30 and then it'll let you do some other neat stuff in DaVinci Resolve, like transcribe your videos, which I can either transcribe what I've just, I can transcribe all my ramblings and convert that into an actual working script, or I just know what word is on the screen. Like it'll cut out all the pauses, it'll cut out the ums and the ers that I have, and I could just trim all those out. I'm hoping it'll work out good. What am I going to do now? Actually, dog and robot right past the raccoon the first time they walk. Yeah, I was going to say that. They do see each other in the subway. So that's a little bit of a foreshadowing. What is going on with this? Yeah. There we go. Okay, now that I've got that out of the way. Yeah. When they're walking down to the subway, it's foreshadowed because I guess his name is Rascal. Because that's what he was. I don't know why I know that. I think it was part of one of the YouTube posts or the Twitter posts. Let's see. I got to figure out which other VHSs I want to get rid of. Now that I've got some more time. I had one I threw over here. Where was it? Where was it? I just tossed it over here. It was, okay, here we go. Okay, I don't need Doug's First Birthday, or Doug's Birthday Blues. That's the first 2 episodes of the Disney's Doug. The brand spanking new Doug. I don't need that. I've already done a review on Connie. Dudley Do Right. Rent for a chance to win. Is this a sticker? Yeah, it's a sticker. Okay, so this was just Universal Hits, Get Lucky, Rent for a Chance to Win. What is that kind of thing? From the creator of George of the Jungle comes a new kind of hero, which is an old kind of hero. I love this movie, though. I just think it's goofy. I adore the setup for this one, so I'm keeping this one. But I gotta move stuff out of the way. Well, actually, hold on. Can I just watch it on YouTube? I'm gonna see if I can watch it on YouTube. Dudley Do Right. A sealed copy of The Return of Captain Invincible, which apparently is a musical. Huh. It won't. What was I going to say? Is Looney Tunes movie coming to theaters? I hope so. I think so. I just don't know when. Let's see. Dudley Do Right. Okay, Dudley Do Right. Movie, YouTube. Oh shit, that was Molina as Snidely? Or no, Whiplash. Yeah, Snidely Whiplash. Okay, well, I'm keeping that then. Let's see now. What else can I get? Atlantis, the Underwater City. No, this is weird. Okay, no, I gotta keep this. I gotta keep this and figure out what this is. I may send this to this definitely looks this looks Italian. Sterling Entertainment, Fort Miller, South Carolina is when the all rights reserved. That's who the Sterling company is. This looks either French or South American. Or Italian. Okay, I've gotta see what this is. Okay, well, Doug's first birthday is definitely on the list to get rid of. Thank God we don't have to go back to those days where it's like, here's a cartoon show and it's got 2 episodes on tape. Oh, I loved Carrot Blanca. Carrot Blanca was the best. I remember when they premiered that on Cartoon Network. I was disappointed because I didn't know it was just a short. I thought it was going to be a full, like, maybe 30-minute, like, at least a 30-minute cartoon. But it was just like, oh, well, no, it's 7 minutes. It's like, oh, yeah, it's starting. Oh, it's over? They hyped that up so much. They did, like, a marathon leading all the way up to that. But they also showed a few other cartoons I had never seen before. like the one of the theater where Elmer Fudd chases Bugs and Daffy through the theater. I've never seen that one before. Never seen the Body Snatchers one, the one that makes fun of all the lazy animation. Oh yeah, I totally did. 2 episodes on one tape. That sucks. And then now I'm looking at my anime. I'm looking at some anime DVDs. Let's see. I was just looking at this. Like at the beginning of DVDs, they'd like put like 4 episodes on a DVD too. It sucked. If it was like a kids DVD. Let's see. I've got. Well, actually, you know what? I've got Bubblegum Crisis Volume 1, and they've got 9 episodes. And this one was from like it was published. Yeah, published 2004. I didn't know this, but at the time, DVDs was still the technology was still in development. Because I got my Samurai Jack collection out one year, and I had to. Oh yeah, it was the Halloween episode. I was like, okay, I'll do the Halloween episode of Jack in the Graveyard, and I was like, okay, I'll rip that episode. It was like, oh, would you like to watch your this episode of Samurai Jack in 480? I was like, 480? Why is it 480? And it's like, nope, that's the biggest size they put on the DVD. It's like, so wait, you put an entire season on the discs, but it has to be at 480? I want to go through and maybe look at the older discs of the Simpsons and the my Futurama discs to see if they're still in that native resolution. Because it's like, damn. Okay, I guess they had to like figure out how to squash all of them onto DVDs. Okay, Atlantis, the Underwater City. We're going to look this tape up. Okay, Atlantis, the Underwater City, 2001. When did Atlantis come out? Atlantis, the Underwater City outtakes? They didn't do outtakes. Oh, the Visual Media Archive. Hilarious outtakes from the Italian DVD release. Oh, so this is definitely Italian. This is so Italian. This is... Oh, oh, no, that's fake. That's bullshit. They're trying to make it look like they're the funny DreamWorks, or they're the lame, like, Pixar outtakes, the ones that are already pre-made. Here, I'll show it to you guys. Where are you? Okay, this is what I'm looking up. This is Italians trying to make it look like anime. Atlantis, the Lost Empire, the mysterious city of Atlantis, spotted underwater. Okay, Atlantis, the underwater city, full, and it's only 40 minutes. How much is this? Yeah, 40 minutes color runtime. Okay, cool. Well, I'll just hold on to that VHS though. Well, at least it doesn't have any rapping dogs in it. Thank you very much. I would have been digestion in another person's stomach. Okay, I found that out. And so I can get rid of. Let's see. This is Runaway Ralph, starring Fred Savage, based on the novel by Beverly Cleary. A Parent's Choice classic. Ray Walton. I was going to say, okay, Ray Walton is the older guy. I was going to say he looks like Birch Meredith. This is ABC show, ABC Kid Time. I may hold on to this one just for posterity. Okay, this one could just be thrown in a fire. This is Kid Video, Hulk Hogan, Rock and Wrestling. Amazons just want to have fun. And it's only 25 minutes, so it's just one episode. Screw this. Well, unless I need to make fun of that racist bastard. And this is the only copy I could find of it. Let's see. Your grandma had the TV movie on VHS? Oh, yeah, yeah. Those are great. It was like a little. What's not to love? It's a mouse that rides a bike. Except for like the 45 minutes when he's not riding the bike. Yeah, like you said, I could at least use it as a prop. My copy of 12 Chairs. I actually haven't seen this in its full, its in entirety. No one seems to ever mention 12 Chairs. New Soviet Museum, when he learns that his dime will sewed a fortune into the family jewels into one of 12 chairs in the dining room. He sets off across Russia to find it. Oh, and a former aristocrat, Ron Moody. So Mel is not the star. I wonder if that's why this is never mentioned. Paper House. Paper House is described as the thinking person's nightmare on Elm Street. Weird. Okay, Ben Cross stars parents of a troubled 11-year-old Anne in this nightmarish fantasy thriller. Anne's disturbing adventures begin when the house she sketched on paper eerily comes to life in a recurring dream. Bedridden with a fever, the imaginative and lonely child becomes obsessed with her drawing when she discovers that she can manipulate the course of her dreams by adding to the picture. As Anne deliriously plunges deeper and deeper into her fantasy world, she becomes convinced that her drawings have begun to control and perhaps destroy her life. She becomes convinced that her drawings have begun to control and perhaps destroy, her life. Her fever escalates, and the thin line between real and imaginary blurs until Anne becomes trapped in a terror-filled nightmare. Okay, so it's a fever dream. Well, shit. I'll give it a shot. What else do we got here? I got a copy of Willow, which I don't really I remember going to this one Savers where they had just a ton of VHSs. And I would always pick out a couple. Just took some cough syrup. All right. Yeah, I hope you'd feel better. It's this horrible cold snap. I honestly don't know what to do right now. I'm a little between things. Okay, here. Let me look down here for more stuff to get rid of. No, I guess no. I've looked through all these. Okay, never mind. Pardon me. Yeah, I've gotta organize my DVDs and my videos a little bit better. Gonna find out some way to make it all a little bit nicer. Oh no, I'll figure out what I need to do. I'll clean out my this drawer and figure out what to get rid of. Let's see, these are some wires, some Ethernet cords that I could use. Oh, hey, forget this. This was getting a part. Oh, you forgot this was getting a part 2. Yeah. Yeah, I had to finish it from the other day. Hold on a tick. I'm gonna set up a landline. There, is that better? There, is that better? That's much better. It's much better. Huh, no? Okay. Yeah, it's coming back. Okay, just had to deal with the internet for a second. Let's see. Are we on a landline now? We totally are. We are on a landline. Beautiful. Beautiful. Um, anyone here CR's audio loop? Hopefully I'm not on an audio loop. I don't have a microphone going. No? Okay. Now you probably hear that because I was just listening to the cast. Huh. Why is this so low? The output for streaming should be at least 6,000. And now we're just hovering around 2,000. And now I'm on a landline, so shouldn't really be having any problems. Oh well. Okay, we are slowly rising, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, there we go. It was still playing off of the Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, my Netgear Wi-Fi thing was getting hot. Oof. That can't be good for it. Oh, let me unplug this on this end so that way it's cooled down. It cools down every which way. Let's see. Okay, so I got that. I don't think I need. Well, it's a USB. This is. I don't know, maybe. Get rid of this. This is another. This is the phone cord. Oh man, I need this. I think. No? Maybe? Nah, we'll see. Oh, Grandpa. This was one of his little rulers. Oh, Crash 2 a few years back, and I bought the second-hand PSX. Ah. I remember picking up the Lost Frontier, that Jack and Daxter game. It was just like, oh my gosh, a new Jack and Daxter, and it's only like $20. Holy crap! It was for PS2 at the time. I don't know if it was originally released on the not the Vita. What was it? You know, the nut you could play outside. It's a nut you can play outside. Okay. Part of that set. That's an L wrench. Oh, it's bad. It's horrible. It's not good at all. Does this fit here? No, it's too big. Okay. I like played the first level and was like horribly disappointed. I was like, what the hell's going on? Like the controls were god awful. It was like, you know, it's like, oh, you're thinking like, oh, Jack and Daxter, but it's flying. It's like, oh, that's cool. They could totally do that. It's like, nope, they cannot. Somehow they didn't manage to forget sticking the landing. They never got off the ground in the first place. Here's our camera props. This is a cord for a microphone. This is nice. Could use this for charging the my little dongles. This is this my phone cord? My new phone cord? I guess it is. Okay. A lot of people say Twinsanity is the best game. I don't know. I've never played the Crash. I mean, I played one Crash game. And even then, I wasn't horribly crazy about it. I mean, it was fun, but I was just like, I don't know. A little mini adapter. That's fun. Right, I gotta replay Spyro. Which is pretty good. I played the original Spyro games because they seemed good. Yeah, I'll take a little iced tea. That sounds good. Okay. Well, I got several chores I need to do. I need to glue on an angel wing outside. One of the statues fell apart. I need to put on a new gate hitch, and I need to also glue together this Christmas thing. So good going. What are we doing? Sonic is more weird case, best described as having divorced parents. Right, the Sonic, the whole Sega thing. I lost my pen for my tablet. My tablet PC, not the other one. That sucks. I have to buy another one. The Reunite trilogy is astounding. It's legit gorgeous and makes it basically an original remade from scratch. Good, good. I'll be checking that out soon. Camera stuff. Oh, a lapel mic. Oh, screw this. I don't need this. This is gross. What's that? Well, actually, this one's hardwired. Maybe I'll keep this one. This one's one of the nicer ones. I had one that was just like it would use the jack. This is a USB one. It seems fine. What are the over-under odds that they'll make a Spyro movie? Oh wait, they never even got the other movies off the ground. Screw that. I was going to say they were trying to they made Ratchet and Clank movie, which was nothing. It was literally just cutscenes. Sort of, just played out like cutscenes. And then they tried to get the what's its face? Oh, the crap. Spyro, not Spyro. Sly Cooper. One off the ground. Capture dots. Yeah, maybe. In case of emergencies. Matt, doesn't surprise me. Goobergate was the powder cake. What, Goobergate? What's Goobergate? And it was super generic. Goobergate. Is Velcro. I think he means Gamergate. Oh, Goober. Okay, you were making fun of him. Okay, I thought Goobergate was something a little bit more specific. Yeah, fuck him. Oh, these are my dice. Dry erase board markers. Are these any good? They are. Where did I put the chalk? There we go. Hold on one second. Gotta blow my nose. Oh, the Astrobot thing? Yeah, I heard that. I heard Astrobot really did do good for Sony. And then they published that. Well, I don't know who. I forget. I just heard it about the Jimquisition. They published like a thing that showed like there was a shitload of other canceled programs. Not programs, video games. Or live services. Which is no, I don't mind live services as long as they're done well. I mean, they can't all conquer the world. Which is a shame because I think there are some live services on Steam I need to check out. There was one game called Sky High Noon. It was like, I don't know, just you're shooting, it's like steampunk and a little bit of like jumping around, and you're shooting old Smith and Westerns and stuff like that. Okay. Will that stay? Will that shake around? Will that fall off eventually? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, that's fun, right? No. Maybe. No, that's fine. That'll be okay right there. Oh, this thing. Oh, little camera screws. Okay, hold on. Yeah, this turned out really well. The weird part about this, getting back to the Professor Ivy thing, the weirdest part about like screen cap, I don't know if it's just the screen cap or the image transfer when what came from the reference, but I don't know. It's just the color choices in those old cartoons or old anime is just so weird. It's almost entirely too dark to make a difference between the black and the lines and the black and the color. I had to fudge the color choice a little bit. Let's see. This can be thrown away. This is just that. I think I can fix this. Yeah. But all these publishers would rather self-destruct than admit that. This was the back when Pokemon used Cell Shade. Yep, that's true. No, I didn't no one commissioned this. I just did it. I did it because I had a screenshot of. I was just like looking through online, like someone posted this picture of her, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool. And so I just downloaded it and started drawing, because I was just on the phone. Again, this was like maybe 2 weeks ago. The workstation was torn down. I was just sitting in Grandma's house all alone, and I just was experimenting with things to do. So I downloaded a program that lets you record your phone screen, and I just started making drawings. Like I do. And it's pretty fun. I wish there was some way OBS would let you control the speed of files inside OBS. They let you do that, but not when you're using the VLC video source format. And then you can run it through VLC and then put it on here, and then change the speed in that program, but that's also a little bit of a pain in the ass. Also, if you want to like streamline everything and not have a million windows running at the same time, that is a pain in the ass. Let's see. It's another. I don't need all these other cords. This is a spring, so this is just a spare part. This is a little. No, that's nothing I need. Well, shoot. I could use it. But anyway, what's good about this is that in case I'm out and I'm running around, which will happen a lot, I could still, still do drawings and still post them. I don't have those strips anymore. I forget what camera thing this is supposed to be a part of. And these are gels that you wave in front of your. Well, this is a flashlight. This is focus. Sticky notes. Sure. Oh yeah, they had huge square head. I may do either a familiar face on her or a familiar face on the gold, the GS ball. because apparently they introduced it as a big plot point for Pokemon. It was going to have a Celebi in it. Wait, what generation? What generation had Celebi? And did Ash ever run into that Ho-Ho? Celebi Pokemon. Okay, so Celebi is a mythical Pokemon, the voice of the forest, yada yada yada. Celebi was revealed 2000? Oh, it was introduced in 2000 in Generation 2. Huh. But it's also the character in the fourth movie. Okay, for some reason I thought Celebi was just a much later Pokemon. Okay, but I'm also seeing Pokemon that are from I'm seeing those weird little fire cats from season whatever. Yes, Ash saw Ho-Ho in the first episode. Yes, he saw Ho-Ho in the first episode. But did he ever really find it? Did Ash ever find the Ho-Ho? Did Ash ever find the Ho-Ho again? Oh, it's Ho-Oh. Keep the wing with him. Ash set out to eventually meet the Ho-Oh. Eventually did, and it had to battle with Pikachu, the outcome of which is unknown outside the ultimate necessitating a Pikachu visit. Wait, what? Did Ash ever find the... Oh, this is the description of the first Ho-Oh. Again. Does Ash ever see Ho-Ho again? Ash sees Ho-Ho multiple times in the Pokemon series. The first episode... Okay, so he shows up in the background a lot of times. First episode, yeah. Ghost of a Chance. He explains his encounter with Moho to Morty. Who the hell's Morty? Morty. You gotta get this legendary Pokemon. Ghost of a Chance. Oh, that dude. Okay. I think I vaguely remember this one. Right. The Burn Tower. Okay, so that makes sense. Pokemon Journeys. Ash has a final battle with Ho-Oh. Oh, wait, okay. In Pokemon Journeys. So he definitely... Okay. Okay, here we go. Thank you, YouTube. Pokemon Journeys. Is that spin-off series that's just short YouTubes? Here, let's see what happens. Okay. Ash befriends the little critter. There's a rainbow. Okay. Okay, they're fighting. Oh, the Incineroar. Okay, so now what generation was Incineroar? Incineroar. That's why I thought Celebi was like later. Okay, Incineroar must have been like Gen 4? No, Gen 7. Oh, geez. Okay. That's why I thought Celebi was so later. Because Celebi probably also did show up. Oh, Ash had a totally different. He had an Incineroar, and he had that the blue Dragon Ball Z dog. Okay, he had the blue Dragon Ball Z dog. Oh, and he Mega evolved it, or Prism evolved it, or whatever. The one with the DNA thing. Oh, he's got a ninja too, a ninja toad or whatever. Ninja. Show me now, Pokemon Master. Okay, something. I don't know how it ends, but whatever. Okay, cool. Greninja, he was voted the most popular in Japan? Really? More than good old Pika? More than my buddy Pikachu? Anyway, so yeah, that green ball, the gold silver ball, aka the Grand Smith ball, or the Grand Smith ball. Yeah, that might be interesting. Ivy doesn't play a huge part other than she's the original researcher of the ball. And it was supposed to have Celebi in it, so that's cool. But then he was decided to give his own movie, so they said they hoped people would forget about it, which I guess they did, because I sure as hell forgot about it. But as you can also see here, I drew her figure first with both legs, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I got to draw the Gyarados now. But I'm kind of going for this. I don't know, this weird, different kind of representation where the Gyarados is only the parts where she's touching him are there. So yeah, you'll see how it's done. It's weird. It turned out great. It turned out like an album cover. Let's see, what's the artist I'm thinking of? There's an artist who has these crazy designs for his album art. Okay, my Ollie Wild Ride, Will Ride, Ollie Ride. Let's just call it. Let's say the W is silent. Ollie Ride. Oh man. Keyboard for the PlayStation. Sure. Another HDMI cable. Oh, what's going on with my internet? Why the hell? Who the hell is retweeting Mueller? She wrote. Whatever. Get the hell out of my. Get the hell off my blue sky. Do. Okay. Glory, glory. Let's see now. What do I need here? This is just. Will this work with any? Okay, this is just a specialized chord. I'm gonna have to put those in specialized chord section. This is my old microphone. I'm gonna set this out so I can use it. I need it. I don't have to worry about finding it. Oh shit, this isn't going in there. This is a cool clamp. Fun. Sorry, setting up this clamp. Okay, there. That'll be a good place for it. Guess. I don't know. I'll put that right there. Dimmer switches. How did I get 2 dimmer switches? or dimmer plugs for different lights. I mean, I guess that works. Does this work with my LED lights? Let us find out, shall we? Glory, Gloria. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's see. I need one more place to put lights. Or one more cord. Okay, ooh. Very nice, very bright. Now let's see if I did this wrong. You're supposed to put the dimmer switch inside this one first. It's flickering. Kind of works. No, it just, at some point, it just needs a certain level of... This probably worked with the pre-LED stuff. So I'm gonna toss these. And I have LED. I have certain lights that you can control the levels of already, so I don't need those. Puku Muka. This, aka the sea cucumber. Wait, which one is that? You mean that little one, or the little white thing, or the one Pikachu that turns dark after one attack? Okay, let's see. It's a little hockey puck sized guy. It looks like... Oh, hold on. It's loading. Okay, I loaded all the ads first. Here, let me just... Togedemaru. Oh, this little guy. That's right. He looks like a snowman, and he looks like a Pencurichen, but he's really just this guy. I guess you would call that subclass, like jelly bean Pokemon. Pokemon that are just shaped like jelly beans. Sorry, checking in the torches. Was that about the pin urchins? Oh, we were talking about that one Pokemon, the one that looks like a little pin urchin. Hey, Steam Powered. Shouldn't there be an Australia in Pokemon? I know they got like a Hawaii Pokemon and an America in Pokemon. But like there should be like an Australia in Pokemon. That would be cool. Oh, cool! I got a splitter. Maybe I can use this. This is a HDMI. Actually, it goes. Okay, I forget how this works. It's 3 things, and each one goes into one. Okay, I could use this for the other computer. I think. Okay, I'll set this out, and I'll look at it later. Figure out what I could do with it. This is just a jar of crap. Different things. I'll put it over here with the other jars of crap. Tomorrow. Yammer balloon. Oh, I forget what this does. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think. Oh, I got a magnet for picking stuff up. Like little loose screws and everything. I'll put this with tools. Okay, I don't need this. I may need this. Camera stuff. This is computer stuff. My mom got this thin pan and found online. Ooh, nice. I saw a trick for crepes where you take one pan and you put your crepe batter and you have that in there, and then you take the bottom of another round pan and you heat that, and then you dip the bottom of that pan in the crepe batter thing, and then lift it up, and it should be crepes, you know. Wait, do they have a moose Pokemon? Is there a moose Pokemon? If they don't have one, then they should. Let's see. That's a cord, an adapter. That phone thing. Here we go. Oh, this is staying out. This is a speaker. This is a dear and more familiar to Japanese audiences. That's true. Just the deer ones. Okay. Tomorrow. Having a balloon? For those who don't know, you should definitely check out like Drawfee. Wait, how many batteries does this take? Only the one? Okay, well, I'll let him have it. Okay, is this the good pen? Nope, this is the bad one. Do I want to keep this? This one's cracking. Maybe I should. Okay, hold on to this one. At least for now. I forget what this one's for. What's this to? Yellow. Yellow. Okay, groovy. I'll put this together. This is my speaker for music. Oh, don't they have? Yeah, they have a snapping turtle Pokemon. I fought one. I fought one. It was what's her face? Is Nellie's. I've only seen a snapping turtle, I think, once in a zoo, but it wasn't during feeding time or anything. But we were sort of new to stay away from it because it was just nasty. Okay, here's more camera stuff. Oh, cool. Okay, another USB microphone. Where did I put the other one? I like to keep those together. Oh man, let's see. Put it over. Where is it? I had it. I had all this stuff out here. Let's see. That's the controller. That's the. Sorry, hit the mic. That's that. Where is it? Oh, here. No, that's the first one. Need this. I need the. I mean, that's the one I just had in my hand. Huh. Okay. Sad. Back. I'll find it. I'll find it soon enough. Also seen a stoat and a weasel. Oh, they're adorable. It was chasing a rabbit. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. They're aggressive little boogers. There was a whole video on what's his face, Z Frank, about the rise of kitten snakes. They were talking about stoats and weasels and mustelids and. Let's see, I don't need that. That's a thing. Okay. Camera stuff. Camera stuff. This is electrical tape. I don't need this. I mean, I could use it, but I can keep it in the tool thing. Numb around for a while. The way I see it, you never do. You. Do I have? Is there some matches around here? I've got a candle. I've got a lighter. I think I've got a fancy lighter somewhere. Yeah. Well, I had one. Shit. I have to find it. Shoot. Yeah. Keep misplacing a lot of stuff in my room. My kitten got skunk smell for a few. Aww. Poor little thing. I keep finding these artistic brushes and paint tools, and they really do come in handy. There's a watercolor one and chalk that I really quite like. What is that? I can't believe it. That's a good lighter. I never used it for anything. It was one of those blowtorch lighters. Actually, I should make sure that it's away. It's put up. Because who knows what little britches will do when she gets in here. No, I didn't put it there or there. Oop. Dropped the pan. There we go. I found it. Along with some tools and stuff. There we go. It just kind of meant to cut the funk after a while. I mean, I've got Febreze and I've got Febreze and I got aerosol and I got lemon freshener, but it's just like, okay, just get a scented candle. Make everything smell nice. I remember my sister and her friend spotted an armadillo in Florida and ran off before we get. Oh, that's a shame. Those things are cute. Little weirdos. Okay, I don't need this. I don't need this here. That's an extension. I could throw this away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Unless I put this in the car. The way I see it, you never do let you hang. As long as I got you, there ain't no way we can lose. Oh. Acorns, some storks. Gators are creepy. The boldest damn raccoon I've ever seen. He jumped right out of the trash can in broad daylight. Yeah, they'll do that if they think they're safe. Look, it's the little king trash mouth. Good old little king trash mouth. And big baby pudding snatcher. And in Scotland, ooh, what's this? I could save this. This could be useful. Let's see. Oh yeah, apparently deer are just like bold as hell. What was it? I just saw some sort of YouTube, Instagram thing of it was a deer in a storm, and there was a bed meant for the dog, and the deer was just straight up chilling on it while there was a storm going, and the I guess the farmer, it looked pretty rural. The farmer just walked out, and the deer didn't get up from the bed. Just kind of looked around, looked at the farmer, looked at him, and yeah, just they didn't do anything to each other. I need a wheel. Yeah, sure, why not? Throw this away, throw these away, throw this away. This is just a lanyard. I'm gonna even use a lanyard. There we go. Get away. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, it's just kind of I don't know, just this surreal kind of, I forget what you would call it. The surreal open sky sort of figure. I just wanted a way to have her back leg be shown while also like invoking the idea that she's surfing on the Gyarados. So you imply the Gyarados in the missing figure, and there you go. Fish Center fan, you hear about how InTown is using AI for some background art. Really? That's a shame. On the other hand, I personally know the guy, and the guy is not having an easy go. He's got really bad health condition. And I think they just lost their truck. I've got to get back to them and figure out what's going on. Yeah, not cool. But then on the other hand, I use a voice changer. I'm not going for the exact AI thing. I'm just using it to change the voice. Let's see. Well, this one doesn't seem bad. Okay. No, this January 2nd one is okay. Well, they're just alleys. And that's just text. So that's... Oh. I'm not seeing anything horribly egregious. Like, when's it going to become very blatant? I could tell his inking is different. It looks like he is digitizing his artwork. Maybe that's the issue. Okay, whoever this Rick D is a little bit of a poser. Like, are those different ray beams in panel 4? The previous strips are not showing any indication of those passing of bullets. The zero gun has a broad beam. Huh, okay. Yeah, I gotta catch up with this, but, where is it? I mean, his backgrounds are just plain anyway. Yeah, okay. Nah, well, we'll see. I'll take a closer inspection at this. I don't mind. Okay, here's the thing. The AI that they're using right now is like a bastardized version of AI. Um, like AI is just the programming of the computer. What they're doing is actually like horse shit. Like it's just scraping data, any data, to like Frankenstein whatever result you're trying to get. There's no like actual like using it. Like here, I'm using a program that's shrinking the shape and moving the things. That's all trained off of something. It has a purpose. Video games have AI in them all the time. There's got to be a different thing. We've got to come up with a different thing because that's not AI. That's and you want to call it generative, or yeah, generating. Um, because I was really scared about AI up until I realized, like a couple weeks ago, I saw, oh man, someone who had this AI stuff, and then I realized, well, all the figures that they were producing looked the exact same, and second of all, they were using AI scraped from like a very specific source. I was like, oh wait, no, I know the artist they're ripping off. I know both artists that they're ripping off. It turned out it was more or less just a collage of sticking like the head of one person onto another person's body. It was like that one joke from Futurama where naked Leela is like, don't worry, I put your head on a different body. Then Amy sticks her head in. Hey. and it was really sloppy at it too. It was sloppy in places. Like, it had words. It had like thought and speech bubbles, but the bubbles were all nonsense. So like, what's the point? What's the point of even like you not even like bothering to go over it and be like, well, I'll erase that and I'll add another. Like, do you not even have paint? Like, can you not even just go in with paint and just go through and fix it? Like, this obvious that's how lazy they are. Like it's the most obvious like thing you could point to, and they don't even bother to like cover it up. Oh, Mitchell and Webb Vectron. That just popped up. Are we on? Well, we got about a minute. So yeah, I just brought this into Paint Studio because I just started inking from the. I should have fixed these things first, but I just started inking it, and some of the figure was a little bit distorted because when you're I don't know, when you're working off of a 4-inch canvas, it's like, sometimes you lose a little you get so caught up in certain things that you lose the general perspective of others. So that hand was a little too big. This hand was a little too small. I'm fixing the head, definitely trying to make it look more like it's her. In one reference, she's a little bit more square. In another reference, she's a little bit more round. So I'm just kind of splitting the difference. And there we go. Yeah, that was it. Here. No. There. Yeah, I think this turned out pretty good. I liked it. Gonna have to figure out how to play with that, the phone drawings a little bit more. But other than that, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Ooh, that went long. Okay. So, yeah, I just want to thank you all for joining me today. And hopefully we'll have something tonight. I'm not sure, but something will be streamed. And yeah, I'm gonna go get some lunch and then relax a little bit. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you later. If you could do me a favor and stay cool, stay cool, stay safe, and stay tuned. And I'll see you later. Ever heard about him talk about the failed RPG? No, I haven't heard about that. He's I don't think he's ever talked about that with me. I couldn't give you any real details. I mean, I just figured it was his project to work on. And I drop projects all the time, so I don't, Did he do a Kickstarter for it? Huh. Anyway, bye, everyone. See you later.